Hello friends, welcome to Dhaka 11 Institute. Today I am going to discuss about LED TV power sequence. For repairing LED TV, this power sequence is very important. Actually, this is the diagram of LED TV power supply board. If you know this diagram, you can also repair any type of power supply. So it is very important. So first I am going to explain this diagram. There is two path. First is positive path and negative path. These two paths are very important. You have to check all the parts of these paths, positive and negative paths. So first we'll actually first see how this positive path works. First, if you connect power cable, then there will be plus 230 volt AC enter into that board, power supply board. First it will enter into fuse, then by fuse it will enter to the positive point of that polar capacitor, and then the AC volt will enter into that coil. This is the symbol of coil. Then there will be voltage inside of that resistor, and AC voltage 230 AC voltage will go to that positive point of that polar capacitor 2, and then it will enter into the positive point of bridge rectifier. These are the four diodes, and these are actually separated. And now in modern structure there is also a packed bridge rectifier. There will be no separated diode. This is a one IC. You can see these diodes separated in older boards. Now in new boards you will see a packed diode pack IC. Okay, so 230 volt AC will pass into that bridge rectifier in positive terminal. Then the AC volt will be converted into DC, and there you will get 230 volt DC, and then the voltage will go ahead, and the voltage will enter into the positive point of that filter capacitor. It is very important capacitor. It is big capacitor, filter capacitor. So 230 volt AC, sorry, DC will be filtered by this capacitor, and then this DC volt will enter into that transformer. This is the symbol of transformer, and this 230 volt AC will enter into the transformer. But first you have to confirm its switching. This transformer will be switched by this STR IC or MOSFET. After switching by this MOSFET, this transformer will be powered on. So this is 3-pin MOSFET or STR IC, and if this is 3-pin MOSFET, there will be a IC also to drive this MOSFET, and this is also connected with optocoupler in negative terminal, and this IC is important for 3-pin STR IC or 3-pin MOSFET. But there sometimes we will get 6-pin MOSFET or 6-pin STR IC, then that IC is not, you will not get that in in board, this IC will not be available in that board if there is 6-pin IC. If there is 6-pin IC, there will be IC available internally, not necessarily there will be an IC. So from drain, the MOSFET will switched on by this drain pin, and this MOSFET will be switched on by gate by this IC. So after having on off, high low, this transformer will be on, and low voltage AC will be generated, and then the low voltage will be generated. The voltage may be 24, 12 or 5 volt, and as you know that this will create AC. First there was AC voltage, then there after this diode there is DC, and then again this is AC voltage, low voltage. That low voltage AC will again be converted to DC by this diode. Then here we will get 24 or 12 or 5 volt according to the logic board. You will get the voltage, and then there will be a capacitor, polar capacitor, and this voltage will be filtered by this capacitor. Then there will be a connector, and by this connector the voltage will go to logic board. So we'll understand that how positive terminal works, and we will also see the negative terminal path. And there is a thermistor. By this thermistor minus 230 volt AC will pass, then that by this capacitor that will go ahead, then it will enter into that coil, after resistor, then again a capacitor, then to the bridge rectifier negative side. Then negative signal will pass away, and it will enter into that filter capacitor negative point. Then again this is the negative terminal of that transformer, and it will enter into that there, and it is related to the optocoupler will divide, and it will work with negative terminal. Then negative voltage DC low voltage will pass away, minus negative volt will be out. And this is the LED TV power sequence, and if you know this, it will be helpful for you to repair any power supply, not only LED TV but any type of power supply. So you have to understand the diagram of power supply, then you can repair anything. So thank you very much for watching this video. This will be helpful for you, and if it is good you think, then please subscribe my channel and like and share. Thank you very much.